Today, we're going to be answering some of the most challenging fitness questions. Let's get into it. Feeling discouraged about my progress or my physique 2 to 3 months into a new routine.
So I'm assuming this is his before and this is the after. And the fact that you can even see progress in 2 to 3 months is a good sign. This is the biggest thing I've noticed with guys that are first starting the gym or come to me for advice when they've started the gym is they expect results in like weeks or months. I'd really brutally have to sit them down and explain to them that, results happen over years. And it's a tough pill to swallow because that's a lot of time, right? It's like, what? I've still got to look this way for months, but that's just how it is, man. I mean, the time's gonna pass anyway. So if you're committing yourself to the gym, you need to understand that it's pretty much a lifelong thing, and you're gonna need to be in the gym for 2, 3, 4, 5 years if you're doing it naturally to see really good results.
Yeah, you gotta love the process, man. If you don't love the process, you're gonna have a pretty difficult time showing up day in, day out. 2 to 3 months is nothing. I mean, I didn't see results for probably 5 to 6 months realistically, right? Actual visual differences. And if it didn't take that long, if it wasn't that hard, then your fitness transformation just wouldn't even mean as much to you.
And it's funny because the first 2 to 3 months, the first 6 months to a year is the most progress you'll ever make in your entire fitness journey. But it still feels like such a long time, right? But you like adjust and you get used to how slow the process really actually is. But it's just guys at the start don't really have a concept of that.
I think as you go as well, you start to learn new things, optimal ways of doing things, how your body responds to certain nutrients, and then you really start to enjoy the process because it does become quite tactical and quite intriguing as to what different things you can do. So my advice to this guy is to just keep going, man. Keep going and you're going to learn what to do along the way. Lean and aesthetic build. Do I need more size? Now, this isn't a black and white answer because I'll ask him, I'll ask you behind the screen right now, asking yourself a similar question. What do you want out of fitness, right? Deep down, what do you want? It all comes down to the individual, right? Do you want to be big? Is that something that you could benefit from? Why are you doing it? You're doing it to build a personal brand, for female attraction, to feel better about yourself, or just for the novelty of being big as fuck for whatever reason. Or do you just want to be athletic, healthy, and be in decent shape? I mean, I can't tell you what you want. Only you know what you want.
I mean, because this is a lean and athletic build, 100%. This is as athletic as it gets. I mean, he's lean, he's got some muscular development. I mean, for the female gaze and female attraction, if that's what he wants, a little bit more size might help, but this is basically there, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see why he wouldn't put on more size from here. He's lean, so he's definitely in a good position to go into a calorie surplus and go into like a muscle gaining phase. So that's what I'd suggest. I suggest he just puts on more size because being big is cool as fuck. I like being big. There's not many individuals or males that don't like being big as fuck. Let's be honest. How can I burn this stubborn body fat? Weighing at about 157 pounds, 5'9", 18% body fat. Yeah, so I'm not sure where he got that 18% body fat reading from. I wouldn't say it's terribly inaccurate. I'd say he's probably closer to like 16%, just maybe 17%. It's hard to tell when you haven't got that much muscle mass. The stubborn body fat he's talking about is just simply the fact that he's not lean enough. Yes, people have different fat distribution. For me, I hold it more in like my stomach, that lower stomach area, which a lot of guys struggle with. Often guys would be like, how do I get rid of this stubborn hip fat or the love handles? You're just not lean enough. Right? People lose fat at different time frames of their transformation journey.
And I hate the word stubborn body fat. Like, it's stubborn, like it won't go. No, mate, it's just simply the fact that you need to drop your calories more because you're a smaller person now. As you get leaner, your calorie requirements become lower, obviously. It doesn't mean that the fat is stubborn. It's not like it's trying to stay there. You simply need to lower your calories more.
Yeah, this is actually a massive issue. A lot of guys get hard stuck at this like 15 to 16% body fat, which is suboptimal for the AAA physique. It just doesn't look that great, right? But guys get hard stuck here because eating intuitively for most men will end them up in a place like this, right? You're working out consistently, you're getting a little bit of cardio in, but then you're sort of eating how you want. This is probably where you'll end up realistically, and it's going to require some really strategic dieting to get below this.
Because if we were still cavemen and the only options for food we had was chicken, beef, maybe berries, vegetables, if that was the only food we had access to, virtually everyone would be like 10% body fat. But because almost everything out there is calorie dense, processed, and isn't satiating, this is kind of the default build you'll have.
Yeah, we go into this in the next video. Ancestrally, men were around 9 to like 13% body fat, naturally, without dieting. That was just what they ate and what they had, accessible to them.
Because if this guy simply just ate chicken and rice, he could try eat as much as he wants, he'd lose body fat.
Yeah, so that's how he's going to burn that stubborn body fat. Am I cooked? Really let myself go for the past 1 to 2 years, finally wanting to get back into the gym, was wondering if I have good potential. If you were to make a dramatic cut, how would you do it? So am I cooked? Yes, you are probably cooked at this body fat percentage. The reason I say that is because even if you get lean, you are going to have a lot of loose skin and you're never really going to look truly aesthetic or attractive in the eyes of women if you don't get surgery.
And that's not to say he shouldn't cut. 100% he should cut. He should put himself in a box and only focus on losing weight. If I was him, I would put everything aside in my life, family, money, like literally everything I would put to the side, and I would live in a box and lose the weight, because this is extremely unhealthy being this overweight. If I was him, I would even get on an appetite suppressant like retatrutide.
Yeah, there's no other way of doing it. Like, the longer you stay like this, the longer the time that you risk developing serious diseases or illnesses. It's not going to look good for you if you don't lose the weight. That's the only option. So
if I were to actually develop like an ascension protocol for this guy, it would be aggressive calorie deficit, it'd be cutting off the loose skin, and it would be possibly delving into PEDs to fill that skin back out.
Yeah, that's kind of the roadmap for guys that get this big, realistically. And I have seen it work for like older guys. Their coach will often get them on like a TRT protocol, a drastic cut, and that's when they start to see some really good results. And I know that's not conventional advice, and it's advice you haven't heard before, and it goes against your philosophy probably because it's unnatural, whatever. We're not here to be like morally superior or sit on our moral high horse. We're here to get results. We're here to look phenomenal, because you're only here once, guys. So different guys are going to have different protocols. And for this guy, that's probably the best method, to cut down and then get on like TRT or something like that. Or even if he has great potential, we don't know yet because he's so big, but let's say he does put on muscle easy. Either way, he needs to fill out the loose skin.
I've lost a lot of body fat, but I still don't see the abs. So this is the same vibe as essentially all the questions on this subreddit. And it's just like, why isn't this showing yet? Do I need to lose more? But yes, if you want more definition anywhere, you need to lose more fat. That is the only solution to see more definition and for the muscles to show better, is to just get lean. So in terms of like, this is a woman, obviously women do have a higher baseline of essential fat that they need to survive, and they generally are going to hold on to more fat even in places like their legs, their hips, sometimes the stomach. And for a woman to get like a true six-pack, they need to do a lot more than what a man needs to do.
And we're not even saying that she needs a six-pack. I think she's at a great body fat percentage right now. She looks very healthy, and a lot of women can't actually handle being that lean. So I don't even think she should realistically try and get abs. And I don't even know what would be incentivizing her to actually get abs rather than like stepping on stage or something like that, because it's not really male gaze. There's not really many men out here that are like, I need a chick with abs. It's just a bit excessive.
People say abs are made in the kitchen, but I've eaten really light and I'm doing a calorie deficit 200-300, don't want to lose my gains. I do want to see some abs, don't need a six-pack, but you know, it would be cool. Yeah, so you could train your abs. Realistically, you just need to continue the deficit. Wouldn't recommend it to an extreme degree because the fats are essential for hormones. Can be quite unhealthy, dipping below like 10% body fat for women. But yeah, it's just like the same answer as all of this stuff is to continue a calorie deficit and get leaner. If you're not getting leaner, you're not in a deficit. You need to drop the calories more. It's so simple. The amount of times I've heard people say, I'm in a deficit, but I'm not losing weight. Wrong. You're not in a deficit. If you're in a deficit, you're losing weight. If you're in a surplus, you're gaining weight. It is so fucking simple.
Is this average in a regular commercial gym 3.5 years of lifting? Let's have a look here. Alright, yeah, no, this is well above
This looks
average.
like Islam Makhachev.
Yeah, this is an insane physique, man. Yeah, this is well above average for 3.5 years of natural lifting. If it's natural lifting, once you add PEDs in the mix, it's completely different scale, obviously. But most of you guys behind the screen are never going to look like this in 3.5 years. It's going to take you probably a decade or maybe even never naturally.
I mean, I kind of just have to take this back to like the most elite natural genetics in the world are probably some of the influences you're looking at. Joe Delaney is like my idea of like the perfect natural physique, and he's kind of smaller than this. So it's questionable whether this is natural, and this guy knows he's well above average. He just wants to get validated. The bar is set very low for you guys. This is why we always say like 1 to 2 years natural lifting, all you need to stand out. It's all you need for even just like female attraction.
But yeah, a lot of guys overestimate what they can actually achieve naturally in like 2 to 3 years. Yes, you could probably have an elite physique, but I still think it's probably not as much as you think. And I think that's what gets guys really discouraged at the start. And a lot of the reason you simply won't see this progress in your first couple of years is because you're just not doing stuff that accurately. You don't have a complete system. You don't have a strategy. You're sort of just working things out as you go. And that's why gym progress isn't just linear. as you learn new things and how your body works and how you respond to different nutrients and what the best diet is for you, that's when you can really start to see your progress skyrocket. If you want a system from the start and you want to build a AAA physique, the physique we talk about in every video, that's what we've built for you. We have spent way too much time. We have sat ourselves inside, lost all our friends. I've had multiple girlfriends break up with me trying to make this protocol for you guys. But that's that first link in the description. If you want to know exactly how to do it, you don't even have to join. At least just go in there and look at all the transformations. I think it's really sick and I'm proud of what we've built.
Or you can just click that button right there and we'll see you inside. Yes, we'll actually see you in there and we'll talk to you and we can chat to you in the Q&A calls. We're essentially working with you one-on-one for the price of like an ebook.
Yeah.
I don't even know why it's that cheap, but you should get in on it right now because we have to limit it to the amount of guys because we talk to you one-on-one. So I suggest you join today. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.